Republican side of the equation. Yesterday, on the Democratic side, Mark Halperin lit up Twitter with a suggestion of a possible challenger to Hillary Clinton for the Democratic nomination in 2016. In a series of tweets, Mark wrote this. First, pretty clear the person most likely to stop Hillary Clinton from being the next president is Hillary Clinton, whether she runs or not. So who is the second most likely person to stop Hillary Clinton from being the next president? It isn't a Republican, he went on. It is someone who supports single-payer, came out for same-sex marriage long before Hillary did, and has deep ties to the environmental movement. He's got as much national campaign experience as anyone alive, a potent financial network, ties to Silicon Valley and Hollywood, and could self-fund a bit. He knows how to mess with the Clintons' heads, and he understands the media. Plus, he's unbound, unplugged, and won the national popular vote. Okay, I think now, with that last line, I think we know who you're talking about. Please, the big reveal, Mark Halperin.
The Honorable Albert Gore of Tennessee. There's a huge vacuum. The Republican Party right now doesn't have a candidate, I don't think, today who can beat her. That could change over time. There's clearly some unhappiness with her. There's huge, in the political community, huge recognition that as strong as she is in so many ways, she's not showed herself to be without vulnerability during this book tour. I don't know that Al Gore will run against her, but I do know that of all the other people talked about running against her, I don't think anybody has his strengths. And I think Al Gore would like to be president, and I think if he decided to do it, it would be a matchup worth watching. And again, I think he's got a better chance of beating her in the primary today than any Republican does to beat her in a general election.
Now, are you just stirring the pot, or is this based on some reporting you have?
Well, I'm not saying he's going to do it. I'm just saying if he did, he brings enormous strengths within the Democratic Party to capture, you know, the anybody but Hillary support. If she's dinged, continues to be dinged, you start with a pretty big percentage of the vote, and he'd come in as an underdog. He wouldn't have to do very well against her in order to be seen as a victor. He's won the Iowa caucuses. She hasn't.
Chuck Todd, Al Gore. Mark Halperin, is it Al Gore?
The country's ready for a national debate about Al Gore versus Hillary Clinton, past versus future.
That's good.
That's good.
You weren't lying. You weren't lying.